husband and I separated in 2014 when my two children were 6 and 8. We had a pretty poor relationship at that time. There was a lot of anger, distrust, frustration arising from all the issues that led to the separation. One of the biggest challenges was a change in routine for the children, as we really struggled to find a routine that would work for both of us. It was really unsettling for the children, and seeing the difficult relationship between their parents whenever we were handing them over was pretty stressful for them. At that stage, I didn't really know an awful lot about the actual process of mediation, but I did know that I was very keen to avoid the court process. All I could imagine was my children being placed in a position where they would have to go to court and choose one parent over another. It just sounded like such a dreadful thing to do to them. Other friends had also told me about how going to court had made their relationship with their ex-partners even worse, which had made it really difficult to co-parent effectively afterwards. I'll be honest, I was a bit apprehensive about it. The relationship with my ex-husband was still extremely tense, and I wasn't really looking forward to being in the same room as him. I was worried that one or both of us would become really angry and it would just end up as another fight. At the first meeting, the mediator met with each of us individually first and then together to make sure we were clear about what mediation could help us with and what it couldn't. It wasn't a counselling service, but it could help us reach agreement on a number of areas around our separation, and we agreed we would focus in on our two children. The mediator told us we were extremely unlikely to end up with a situation that was ideal for both of us, but we should be aiming to agree something that we could both live with, and it was really helpful to have that set out from the outset to manage our expectations from the whole thing. In total, I think we had about 4 or 5 sessions. In preparation for each meeting, we were asked to think about and write out proposals for access to the children that we could then discuss. At the meetings then, we talked about each of the proposals and tried to identify why they would or wouldn't work for each of us. And then we were asked to refine our proposals for the next session to reflect what we'd discussed on each other's views. Throughout the sessions, the mediator helped us both to stay calm and focused on reaching agreement for the children, rather than just ending up fighting about the wider issues. While the mediation process was really stressful, it was less stressful for me and, more importantly, less stressful for my children than going to court would have been. It stopped the distrust and anger from that time escalating any further, which I believe would have had a long-lasting impact on our ability to co-parent effectively. It also provided a much more flexible arrangement than would otherwise have been the case, and provided us with a foundation for agreeing arrangements ourselves for Christmas and holiday times. The agreement that was reached at that time is still in place now, 7 years later. Both of us are fully involved in all aspects of the lives of our children. I would really recommend the services of Family Mediation NI to anyone in a similar situation to help maintain a relationship with an ex-partner and build the foundations for parenting together effectively in the future.